Okay. Yes. So it is July 23rd, 5:30. We can start the roll call, please.
Actually, Chair, we're just going to hold off just another couple of minutes. We're waiting for our fourth member to arrive, so we have a quorum. So we're just gonna wait a few minutes.
Okay. Thank you. Meeting on Tuesday that goes right up until this. Okay, now our meeting is in session. Roll call, please.
Chair Etamad,
Here.
Vice Chair Gupta is absent. Commissioner Farren.
Here.
Commissioner Fong.
Here.
Commissioner Mujica is absent and Commissioner Noguez.
Here.
Thank you.
Is there anyone calling?
So now is the time of the agenda when we'll recognize members of the public that would like to make a comment on items not on the agenda. Seeing nobody in the audience. And if you'd like to make a comment on an item not on the agenda, please raise your hand. And I am seeing none, so you can move on to your chair report.
Scott. News chair report. I have been very busy organizing all the artists and calls and emails and so on. And I had a meeting with Arjun and Catherine, who's going to do the ballet film for us, that it is in our agenda. And she's very nice and very enthusiastic to do this for us. We'll talk about it in our action item. Then I went and met the director of program director called Milos. Gosh, it's a hard name to remember. Of our library. He is young and he has got a lot of ideas and he really wants to cooperate with us in whatever we need or whatever they need. If we can have collaboration of bringing art, music, dance to our town. So he's very enthusiastic about it. And he had met Arjun in some kind of a party of some children, something or other. And Arjun was really impressed with him as well. So I think that would be very nice. So far, we have been doing our own things all the time. Then we might have some public art that it will be between the two buildings. So it would be very important for them to be part of it. And he said that he has a jazz ensemble this Saturday afternoon, coming Saturday afternoon. Please do come. Then I said that we may have a dancer as well. So he said, well, you can show the film here. I said, not at this time, because we are all set for town hall project. Anyways, that was my report. Now we can go into our action items. If there is any questions, I'm here, please.
Just like to say that perhaps I was a few years earlier. I'm very glad to see a connection and coordination between the two institutions here at the town hall and the library for the arts and cultural events, especially at the Zelinsky Park. So I'm very happy to see that as moving forward.
It's done. Okay, now we can go to action item. It is women at top. There is a staff report. Arjun wrote what we decided on to Leah, and can we hear your staff report, please?
Yes, you all likely remember a couple of months ago, you had a presentation by Catherine Roszak from Dance Lumiere in Sausalito. This is a dance company. They also do performances in New York City, and they aim to support local artists. So the proposal that they've put together is in your staff report, and it would essentially be a 2-hour performance that would consist of a dance performance outside here at Town Hall, and then coming inside to do a film showing. So it would be about 2 hours, and they've given 2 possible dates at the end of September, beginning of October. And it would include a live modern dance performance, the screening of the Women at the Top film, and then a Q&A with Ms. Roszak.
Yes, I thought that was quite interesting. What a ballerina can dance right in front. Outside, we can set up chairs. It will be a performance, a short dance performance, and then we can move here, and we have a very lovely screen here. Then she can show the film as well. So I think this is going to be very lovely, because today I think in the ARC I read that they have opened up a dance studio at Cove. It was a male dancer. So ballet and dancing is really now talk of the town sort of thing. So I really suggest that you think about it. If we could make $1,000 is not too bad. We can afford that. It's not too much of a dollars going from HNA. So please.
Do you want to call on me? Okay.
please.
Okay, the only concern I have is as far as my calendar goes, the Tiburon Wine Festival is on October 5th.
Yeah, for me, September would be better. But we put both of them there for everyone to,
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know that it's a good idea to have both events on the same day. Because first of all.
not in the same day, no. That we cannot
Okay,
have.
well, because one of the proposed dates is October 5th.
But how about September, end
No,
of
that's,
September?
I'm just, yes, there's September
20.
28th, but also
So,
October 5th.
excuse me. I'm called. Then maybe we should just concentrate on the September 28th and get back to her and see if that works. And my question was that I think in one of the previous reports that had a budget that they proposed, did that fit into the $1,000? I wasn't sure. And if there's no budget, will there be one with these events?
I haven't seen an itemized budget. My understanding based on communication from the vice chair is $1,000 is all inclusive of the entire expenditure.
So they'll be able to get the canopy that seems to work very well right outside here for the dancing or,
She said it wasn't necessary for a canopy,
okay.
but
I-
if they want.
I don't want to
put
get
it-
into the details. on
Yeah.
it, but-
I think tonight you would be considering approval of $1,000 expenditure, which is what they
That's okay.
have requested the company. And I think during sort of the larger planning process, if it becomes clear that things like a tent might be needed, we can come back.
Okay, thank you.
So would you like to?
I moved that we support the,
You have a question?
oh, excuse me.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I just was wondering about the expected. It's 2 to 4 on a Saturday. So it's important that we are serving the community, and what is our expected attendance during that time? So I would hate to have something where families can't attend because they have soccer practice or whatever is going on. Is that a good time, the 2 to 4? It should still be in daylight savings. It should still be warm. But we only have one option. It's Saturday, September 28th.
It's really not an option for us to consider a date that the chamber is doing their major fundraising. We should be at that event in full support from, if we can, from 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my question is, what is our projected community attendance for this at this time on a Saturday, 2 to 4?
From my own experience, all the Saturdays are pretty busy and soccer practices, so I wouldn't know. We would have to look at the fall schedule from the schools.
We
I
can
guess.
talk with her. We can talk with Catherine and explain it. Maybe we can change the date. But right now we have to vote on the expense for now, at the moment.
Yes, okay. So, I share Commissioner Farren's concern. In the past, when we've had events, we've looked at calendars for the town to see if there are any other special, events going on so that we don't conflict with that. So, I have no problem approving the money, but if it's dependent on the date, we need to know the availability for the project proponent to actually put the show on that date.
In other words, funding contingent upon a
Yeah,
good fit for the date. That we can mutually find a date. It may be great for their dancers to come during a Saturday 2 to 4, but it may not be good for our community.
Can I just chime in quickly? I can't speak to chamber events. I can't really speak to soccer practice. I can speak to events that are happening at Zelinsky Park. You all noted the wine festival is Saturday the 5th. We do have an event here at Zelinsky Park the next weekend and the next weekend. So if you're looking to do a Saturday at Town Hall, if you don't pick the 28th of September, you'll be looking at the end of, at least at the earliest, the end of October. There's no other events at Zelinsky Park on the 28th. But like I said, you know, if you all have other concerns sort of about what schools might be up to, that might be a larger conversation, but at least right here, this facility is available that day.
We really need to talk with her, explaining, and we have to look up and see. Probably this should be done during the good weather.
Yeah,
If we
in the
push it to the fall, it's going to be rainy and then it won't work out to have a dancer outside. So this is kind of a summer festival type of thing. So we could do it in the middle of the week, but anyways, we have to look into it for the date to see
I mean, after work in the middle of the week.
during the week.
Children, it's gonna be hard.
School nights, but don't they have holidays? The kids have holidays, right?
There is a holiday.
Yeah, I would concur with the representation that Lee made, which was, my biggest concern was that there's nothing else going on in Zelinsky Park or in this sort of area. That being the case, I don't think you can possibly schedule around soccer matches and lacrosse matches at McKegney. I think that's, and competing events like, as Trish said, Commissioner Farren, that we don't want to compete with the major fundraiser for the Chamber of Commerce. That being the case, I don't see any problem with approving the date and the amount. And if it turns out to be problematic, then we can always come back and revisit it.
I think I would like to agree with Commissioner Farren. I would like to say pending the date that's, you know, amenable to the community. But I agree on the funding, we can move forward with that so they could plan.
And my only point was, we can't schedule it around what the children's activities are, but who is this meant for? And is that a time when, like, if it's meant for, I know probably 20 ballet auxiliary members, they would be interested. I don't know that the middle of a Saturday is when they're gonna come. But that we do a little bit more research into an optimal time that meets our attendance goal.
Okay,
Well, I guess I will make a motion to authorize the expenditure of $1,000 to fund this exhibition pending the date that's available, as well as more research into the audience attendance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none. Before you move on, I just want to ask a little clarification. Should we be bringing this back to you? I assume potentially when the vice chair is back in August, and we'll have a little bit more sense.
yeah, we
on the
will come
date.
back to it.
Yeah,
We
it's
have to come back
pending the
to it.
date at least, so we'll have to
It's
come back
pending.
on the agenda.
Okay.
As soon as we can, we will deal with it. Could some of a commissioner could look into some dates, please? Maybe Commissioner you guys can take a look at the uh, see, yeah, to see what dates are kind of free, what weeks are free.
With
So
whom?
we can arrange this. I don't think we can do it during the weekdays, so it has to be a Saturday.
Just a clarification, Lee, did you say that the 5th is not available and the 12th is not available? And what about the 18th and
Not
the,
available.
okay,
not
and what
a-
about the next one? Not available?
I believe the next weekend.
20 something, what is it? March.
We have the Diwali celebration coming up around then.
Oh, yeah. in
On one of those,
October.
it's either that weekend or the following weekend. I don't know off the
I
top of my
know.
head.
And then it's a Halloween.
It has
Okay.
to be September sometime.
What about Sundays? Maybe that's an alternative, but I don't know about the dance group, so,
Well, yeah,
okay, we
Oh,
could
they
come back and
can do
discuss.
it.
Yeah.
They can,
Is,
a little slower than Saturdays sometimes. I
yeah.
mean, for people's calendars, as long as it doesn't interfere with their church services.
Yes, the
Sunday afternoon's quite nice, the Jewish festival was very nice, so.
We can talk about that with her, okay?
What was the hours again for the Jewish festival this?
The Jewish festival, yeah, it was a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 maybe.
Yeah, that was this past weekend. Always is, yeah.
Good thing.
That was on a Saturday though, wasn't it? Oh, it was on a Sunday, okay.
Okay, can we go to the next, please? We're going to talk about artist calendar. I have really worked hours on this calendar because of the fact that we're having an artist upstairs and an artist downstairs. We have, actually, Leah was involved in it as well with phone calls, emails, trying to set up the dates and such. But all my time really was I really wanted to bring art and these two galleries to be opened up after 3 years of no art in heritage and arts. I have come to a point, we're all done. One problem we had, one of the artists had to pull out. She could not do it. And I thought, okay, I'm going to ask Wu Shipner, the one that was showing here, and see if she could extend at least 1 more month. She said, yes, she can do 1 more month, but the October month, the last month of the 2, she suggested her, well, she's a friend and she's taking care of all her affairs and has the same studio as Wu. She said that she is a very good photographer. You should take a look. And so I got in touch with Annie and she sent me her photographs. I hope you have looked at them. I think they're very interesting. It would be very nice. And she can do it right here for the remainder of the time. I had another question for Landmarks, because Landmarks, they always want to have a show. I offered it to Dave Gotts, but he didn't want to do it in October. He said that it is always good for us to show month of December and 2 weeks of January. So since Revita doesn't want to show more than 1 month, so the end of December again is open. So Dave Gotts agreed, and he said that would be very good. So he's going to do it, and then we have to give her 2 weeks of January also to him. And I thought that should be doable. And as far as next year, 2025 goes, I have 3 artists already. They want to do it. I have written down the times and their information. And I'm really looking for commissioners who can take care of this and take my place in this, please, because I really I have been ignoring many other things in my life, and I think it's about time. I will always be here to help, and with all the lists and how to do it. And Leah has been great help, and she knows the know-hows now, so it wouldn't be as hard. And then we can get our 2 galleries keep going. It would be a shame to get into lack of art. So that is my, I really would like somebody to step in.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Actually, 2 questions.
2 questions.
Yeah, the first one is the dates that you are looking for someone to step in. That's the first part of the question. The second part's a more complicated question, but it speaks to the issue of embracing the community, giving them opportunities, and is there some way to, I know we're gonna have possibly some additional commissioner, but to invite the community to participate in these types of things. Somebody who's excited, maybe they don't want to sit on the commission, but could volunteer and this
Yeah.
could be their thing. If they want to do it just one time, but ideally somebody who would come on and do it going forward as a volunteer. I have some people in mind, but it depends on their travel schedule.
Okay.
2 questions.
But I was planning to have a one-on-one meeting with the new person, and then I can go over it and give all the information that I have and know-hows. It's kind of complicated because there is the banners Dave Gotts have got to have it at a certain time for the banners, and then of course it is the ARC's newspaper, Diane Smith. At least a month before, we have to give her all the information about the artists to her so she can prepare something for them. So what I kind of discussed with Leah, what is the best thing for hanging and for picking up? So I felt if we keep the week before their show, say if they want to do it in a certain month, the week before, the last 2 days of the week, like Wednesday and Thursday would be for hanging, and Monday and Tuesday would be for picking up of the artist who's there. So that way it works. And then the following week on the Tuesday night, we can have their artist reception. Yes.
If I might make a suggestion, given the fact that you've done this for a while and given the fact that you know exactly what the best way is to
Could
do it.
you,
Oh, I'm sorry, given the fact that you have what appears to be the most optimum way of doing this, is if you could put it down as a procedure, and then it would be in writing, and it could just be given to people when they come in to do it, and that would even facilitate, you know, people who are just volunteering to do that. But it's like a job description with the procedures, timelines, who to contact for what, when it needs to be done. If you put that in writing, it'll just make it easier for posterity.
Yeah, I don't know, we have the documents for the artists, but we don't have, you know, the procedures for what we do. And well, first of all, I'd like to say this is a fabulous chart. Thank you, Lee. And we want to say thank you to Shelley for all your work
Yeah.
in organizing, getting the artists. And thirdly, I'd like to thank Trish for suggesting that we could utilize and involve the community. So if one of the commissioners want to take on, they are free to contact their helpers or their participants, and pretty much just volunteers. And I think all of these 3 items, I thank you, and I'd like to move forward with it. I think those are good ideas.
One other suggestion, if, and I don't know when we would want to bring this up, but that it's more of a concept that we start building a bench of volunteers that are interested in HNA, but possibly not able to make the commitment now. Maybe they're in school, maybe they have whatever, you know, other obligations. They can't come on, like I said, as a commissioner, but they want to do some things. And this could be one area that somebody could almost own if they really liked it. But it could also be divided up. There's different ways to divide it up, just so the whole burden is not on Jolly.
yeah, well, for me, for all the art that you see this year, Azita stepped in and she brought the names of these artists. Now, the shows that we have here, they're really well-known artists. And their art is just fantastic. So maybe we can still, somebody can work with her. She can start it. That's all she did. She started, gave me the names. We sat together in my dining room and we called each of them, do you want to do a show in town hall? They said yes. We immediately sent an email. That is how we actually started doing it. And then in open studios, there were 2 artists. They said, oh, this is so nice. We would like that. So I have their names. Kathy Gray, probably you know her. She called me herself. But if we want to show somebody new, we really have to see what they are doing. Today I talked to someone who is in Mill Valley, and she is an abstract painter. She said she doesn't know if we like abstract painter. So I asked her to send me samples, then I will send it to my commission, and everybody can see it if they like it, of course. So this is how it has been.
So I'm writing down some steps that you could include in your outline, just basic steps.
Thank
This also
you.
helps us manage expectations if we do recruit somebody, but starting with the artist outreach, which is brainstorming on who are the artists. And then that's first step. Who would fit, you know, and what's a great opportunity on the different artists, and someone like Commissioner. One commissioner may have all the contacts and know the best artist, but not be available that month. There's another step, that's the contact and confirm, contacting the artist, confirming the dates, and then it's the ongoing communications with them. Then you get up to the different steps that are involved for the actual show and a timeline for how far in advance do we need to add it, get permission. So all the different steps that you have, Shale, I think we could almost post it on our website that it openings for an
Yeah,
intern.
we could.
A job
put it down.
description, volunteer description. And it doesn't have to be one person doing all the steps. It could be one person doing what they're best at or what they're interested in. And
Well,
then,
but they have to come together, otherwise it will fall.
Mhm.
It
Like,
is something
somebody
has
may
got
not
to
be able
be
to hang art.
decided.
So it doesn't mean that the person.
Hanging art,
Yeah.
usually I ask the artist to do it.
Okay.
I come, I am present when they are hanging, just in case they need help. But all these people, they have been coming with somebody else to help them put it up.
But rather
Yes.
than get into the minutia here, I think that everybody that's looked at the calendar, I think it looks great. I don't think anybody would argue that a lot of work's been put into it. It looks wonderful and it's set through beginning of the new year. And we will be having elections. And so something has to be left for the chair, the incoming chair, to decide as well how to proceed. But I do think for, regardless of who the chair is, that if you could just put it down in writing, what you do to make this happen,
Okay,
that would be,
Yeah,
Best thing.
that would be very helpful, just sort of like
Would be.
categories of work, because there might be volunteers who might just want to work at the receptions and some others. In the past, all the commissioners, whenever they see an artist that seems to be really good and would be of interest to the community, we forward that business card to one of whoever the commissioners in charge at this time. It was you or Azita. So we all participate to help, but we do need someone to coordinate all the efforts.
maybe you and we can create that list.
A template, I can. help you.
Yes, please, you have already started. I'm just so grateful for that. So,
Do we need to approve the calendar?
There's a few items that do need to be approved. Whenever you're ready, we can go through that.
I saw a yellow,
So Chair, I can just, if you're ready, I can walk you through the things that technically
that
need
would
to be
good
approved.
No, yes.
So we do technically need to approve the addition of Annie Bates and
Yes.
Dave Gotts. That arose from the chair explained it a little bit, a little maneuvering around to fill up the downstairs gallery. So those need to be approved. And then we also need Marta Wendlinger. She is going to be the upstairs gallery September 1st. She has requested she wants to do her usual Tuesday
Oh, yeah.
reception. She has requested a second closing reception on a Saturday. That's one of the dates that we were discussing, by the way, for the dance performance. The town is okay to let her have this with the caveat that we need a volunteer from the Heritage and Arts
Well, I
Commission to be there.
volunteered already. I wrote to her and told her it will be okay. I will be there to open. What she wants is a closing.
That's the one that we definitely need to make sure that we have somebody present for, it being a Saturday.
Yeah, being a Saturday, I said I live close by, I can't do it for her. But it's only 1 to 3, I think, on that Saturday. She said that she wanted to have more than 2 reception. I said, no, I'm sorry. It's only your opening reception, but we will try to accommodate you for closing reception, which is going to be on a Saturday afternoon. I did volunteer unless something happens to me and I cannot do it, then I will reach out.
so just to be clear, you're offering to be here on 10/26 for, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
Okay.
sounds, that's one other thing. The next item, this is, you've already approved this date.
Oh, Annie, did we improve, did we approve Annie's work,
We have to do that.
photography? Okay, then we have to do that
So
right
you
now.
will do that. The last item I just want to draw to your attention, is Rivati Natasan's reception date. We talked about this at our last meeting, November 5th. That's election day. Town hall is available. It's not a vote center this year. The building is available. The question for you all is, do you want to host a reception that evening?
Yeah.
I, for one, think the people should be out there voting, not attending any receptions. Because
Have an interest. in
yeah, I thought-
Following results.
I thought Arjun was going to check with the artist, see if she would change the date from the last meeting. I
Yes.
thought it was by consensus that we all agree not to have it on that Tuesday.
Yeah, Arjun, I agree. That's right. I remember now. He did agree to talk with her and set up a time, a date. So we'll wait until.
And clarification on the second reception for the Marta Wendinger. She knows that we're not providing
Yes, I have told her
anything.
that.
Okay,
Yes, I have told her
no
that.
setup or anything
No,
else. Okay,
No.
although you're gonna be here, but
Yeah, I have to be here until
no
they
drinks
leave.
or anything will be
Place.
provided. Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted clarification. Thank
Oh,
you.
yes, yes. That she knows.
Well,
do we need a motion to approve?
yeah.
Yes,
Motion
so we're
for
looking-
Annie's work.
We're looking
Let's
for a
approve
motion
Annie.
to approve the addition of Annie Bates and Dave Gotts, to extend Wo Schiffman, and to approve the additional reception date for Marta Wendlinger.
As
That's it.
stated, I move to approve.
Thank you.
Okay,
Second.
aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Seeing none, thank you.
Actually, her work is quite interesting, and she says she does a lot of work like this. So maybe we could give her in 2025 a date upstairs gallery. Yeah, she could be on the list for 2025. So we are done with that. So now we have a discussions. The Artist Laureate Wall Project. That was on me. Actually, I was in touch with Mary Musolo. And we had decided on a small painting. 8x8 or 7x8, something like that. And then she said, okay, then I'm going to make one, to create one. And a week or two after, she emailed me that she has, and she sent me the photo. And it looked really beautiful. So we have her. With Richard Rosen, I haven't been able, apparently he is having some issues, health issues or whatever it is, maybe. I haven't been able to get in touch with him yet. For myself, I can, when everything is ready, we will all pull together and bring it to the commission, and commissioners can okay, whichever they think. So I talked about Lou's work. And gosh, what was his name?
Jimmy,
Chris,
oh,
no, Chris Robinson? No. Chris Morrison. Chris Morrison said that he has at least 100 of his works. he's thinking about it and he was going to look for it and let me know. But he called, he said, I'm so sorry, I have COVID very badly. And I have to put my health back again and then I will let you know. So that is pending. That is my,
Point of clarification, did you decide on the up to limit the size
yes,
to what, 16 by
Yes.
20 or 12 by
that is
12
10,
by 10?
8 by 10.
8 by
8
10?
by 10.
Okay, thank you.
We want to have a small one. And we decided that the artists upstairs still use that wall until we're ready, then we can ask. We'll say that is not proper place. So that is where it is and it's pending. So that was my, okay. Now we go to the next next one is the election. Unfortunately, not everybody is here, so I talked with my vice chair because he is in line to take over, and he said that it would be okay for me to carry on for the next following month, and we will have the election in our next meeting. And hopefully we will have a new addition to commission. Don't you think, Leah?
I thought we had.
Meeting. It's the first meeting after June. I saw.
The commission is free to continue the item if it would like to. As scheduling is going well for interviewing the next member of the commission, so I also hope that you will have somebody with you by your next meeting.
You're allowed to say how many applicants?
There's 2 applicants.
Okay.
Is the posting period closed or?
Yes.
One thing I forgot to mention it in my artist thing, and that is that we always had 2 awards a year, one Heritage Awards and one Education Award. Apparently, Education Award is in month of May, it happens. For that, we're too late this year. But for a Heritage Award, if you have anyone in mind, we should talk about it next meeting. Because those awards are really very important for heritage and arts to give out, because that is, we prove that we're there. It is not just art and artists meetings and so on. So I wanted you to be aware of it, please. And I believe we have a new historian. Maybe we could invite her and introduce her somehow to public, to us, to everyone.
I think she's the archivist. I think Dave Gotts is still the town historian.
Well, he's the, I don't think so.
But I think
okay, maybe
reaching
that-
out is fine.
Yes, maybe that is a good thing to think about. And we can discuss that as well. So we have to go to calendar dates. We have the August 1st, the Artist Laureate. What is that one? I don't remember. What
gonna
is that
start rec-
about, Leah?
We're
please?
opening the application period for
Oh,
artist
the
laureate.
application period, that's right, I forgot. Yeah, the application period is going to start, is that okay? That we have agreed on that already. So that is good, hopefully we will get some. And by that time, another thing that I really want to put my work into is our website, to put more of information about Artist Laureate in our website. Introduction of all the past ones. We have to have a photograph of the past Artist Laureates or their work in their website. So it is, we have to create something really nice for them to see that we are appreciating. So that is another thing that I like to put my attention into, to do that. So anyways, we're going to start in August 1st. Then our next meeting is Tuesday, August 27th is our regular meeting. And after that would be the regular meeting in September 24th. Is there any questions from commissioners at all? If not, we can adjourn. Yes? Okay, we adjourn.